Hello, and welcome to my first Mayor's Town Update. I am Mayor Tanya Thorn, and I am grateful to have you join me. Engaging with the public and nurturing connection to our residents, businesses, and stakeholders is an important area of focus for your council. Events such as this is one of many initiatives you can expect to see over the course of our 4-year term. In recognition of our Indigenous neighbours and partners, I acknowledge that we have gathered here on the traditional territories of the people of the Treaty 7 region in southern Alberta, which includes the Blackfoot Confederacy members, Siksika, Piikani, and Kainai First Nations, the Stoney Nakoda of Bearspaw, Chiniki, and Wesley First Nations, the Dene of Tsuut'ina First Nations, and the Métis Nation Region 3, and all those that made Treaty 7 lands their home. As treaty people, Indigenous and non-Indigenous, we share the responsibility for stewardship of this beautiful land. When I decided on providing an update to the community in this way, I don't think I was fully prepared on how long 20 minutes of speaking is, or how much information it takes to fill those 20 minutes. So I hope you will stick with me, and I look forward to your feedback on any changes to these updates that you might like to see going forward. My goal in the next 20 minutes is to demonstrate the importance of how our residents, businesses, and the town need to work together as a strong collective team, and how that team can positively impact how our community looks and feels in the future. In October of 2021, residents had an opportunity to be actively involved in the shaping of our community. The last municipal election saw a turnout of 35.75%. Although this was a 7% increase over previous years, there is certainly an opportunity for us all to strive in getting better. Okotoks elected a council that represents a new way of doing things, a diversity of thought, and a strong desire to create a resilient community that continues to enhance the characteristics that make Okotoks a community of choice. It is my pleasure to introduce the other 6 members of your 2022-2025 Council: Charlotte Timachuk, Oliver Hallmark, Ken Hemrick, Gord Lang, Brent Robinson, and Rachel Swenseed. So far, being part of this council team has been extremely rewarding. Each and every one of your council shows up prepared and focused on maintaining and building a great community. They are thoughtful and engaged. We genuinely like each other and have fun together. Collectively, the 7 of us comprise the governance arm of the Town of Okotoks team. We are responsible for defining the whats and the whys for our organization. We define the service levels that you receive, approve rates and fees, create the policy framework from which our administrative team operates. So when someone from the Town of Okotoks staff advises you on something that you can or cannot do, it is council who has created the playbook in which they operate. Our job is to compile input from our residents, businesses, and others to determine the initiatives that we need to move forward in order to best serve our entire community. The Town of Okotoks has a staff of about 300 people who work extremely hard to deliver services to all of us. Probably surprising to all of you is that as council, only one of those employees works directly for council. Elaine Vincent is our Chief Administrative Officer. She manages the administrative team at the Town of Okotoks. It is her responsibility to take the direction provided from council and work with administration to determine how will they best accomplish our vision. She is responsible for confirming that we are operating within the parameters of the Municipal Government Act, the MGA, and all other relevant regulations when her team responds to council's plans and directive. So let's play a little game. I'm going to pose 5 questions. Take a moment to consider if it would be a council question and/or a question for administration. Number 1, you want to know where you can put up a sign. Well, this would be a question for administration. Number 2, you will have a pathway in your neighborhood that you would like to have snow clearing done on. This could be a question for both council and administration, as council is responsible for setting service levels such as snow clearing and snow clearing routes, and administration is responsible for making recommendations on potential service level changes. Number 3, you want to open a new business and you want to know what you need to do. This is an excellent question for our administration team. Your sports team wants to host a tournament and you want to book a field space. Another fabulous question for administration. And our final question, you have just visited another community and you saw these really cool bike stands or repair centers on their pathway system, and you would like to see something like that offered here. So this would be a council question. And this is something that you could come to council. You may choose to present your idea to council as a delegation at a council meeting, or simply send us an email through okotoks.ca. So collectively, council and administration each are integral parts to our successful delivery of the services we all value. Our team is committed to delivering the best quality service we can to all of our citizens, businesses, and stakeholders. This council has a combined total of 205 years of living, working, and playing in Okotoks. So clearly as a group, we are invested in our long-term future. The central theme that each of us share and have heard consistently from residents is that what makes Okotoks unique from other communities across the country is our people and our small town feeling. Maintaining this feeling and supporting our people was the focus around updating our vision in the 2022-2025 strategic plan. Our vision is a vibrant, resilient, and connected community that fosters the well-being of land and people, a community to call home. The achievement of this vision is ultimately a shared responsibility between council, Town of Okotoks employees, you, our residents, and our business community. How our community looks and feels, our sense of belonging and connectedness is a responsibility that we all share. Building a strong community that meets our needs today and positions us for success in the future requires each of us to be actively engaged, whether that's by volunteering, voting, providing input during public participation opportunities, getting to know your neighbors, building smaller communities within our larger community, opening a business. The ways to be active, engaged citizens are immense. Ask yourself, what are you doing to strengthen our community? How are you contributing to the future's success? What key values do you want to see move forward in Okotoks as we grow? How do those values align with the values of the broader community? The small town feeling that exists in this community has very little to do with our physical size. It more so has everything to do with the people that call Okotoks home. We say hello to others on the street. We knock on the new neighbor's door and introduce ourselves. We attend community events. We shop local and recommend local businesses. We offer help to those in need, and we treat each other with respect. If maintaining our small town feel is truly important to us, then it will require each of us to play a role in maintaining it. Let me give you an example. One of the biggest complaints I hear about is speeding. As a council, we have approved increased enforcement. We have asked administration to look at different roadway designs and decreasing residential speed limits. These actions are some of the tools available in the municipal toolbox. They each have an impact on the taxes we pay, but they will not solve the speeding problem. However, if each of us took some responsibility for enhancing the safety in our community by talking with all of the drivers in our households about driving the speed limit in the town, this is likely to have a greater impact on road safety. This council and our administrative team have recognized that for our community to have long-term success, we need to reposition the relationship our citizens and businesses have with the town and the relationship the town has with our citizens and our businesses. Traditionally, residents and businesses have been passive consumers of government services. Our team is seeing a growing complexity in the types of issues we are faced with as a community: housing affordability, increasing mental health and drug issues, demand for more services programs, increasing download of responsibilities onto municipal government from other levels, more competition for business attraction. Our desire is to move towards more of a community approach to finding new ways to solve the challenges we are facing. This does not mean Council is abdicating all control or responsibility. We just know that in order to achieve our vision, we need to have most of us in the same boat, rowing towards the same vision. In an age of information and continual change, we need to build partnerships with our community, remove that siloed way of thinking, and create healthy spaces for respectful dialogue and input into decision-making processes. Research has shown that when citizens and stakeholders take more responsibility for decisions that shape their future and affect their well-being, it results in a more entrepreneurial, dynamic, and engaged relationship between community members, community organizations, businesses, and governments. Our Town of Okotoks team is ready to build a new relationship. No doubt we will not get it right 100% of the time, but we will learn from our mistakes and continue to evolve and grow. I ask you each to think about, what role are you willing to play in a new relationship? Much work from this council and administration has already occurred in the past year. Some of those highlights are our monthly Council Connector program. The first Wednesday of every month, you can come and ask various council members questions and share ideas at various locations throughout the community. This will continue again this year. We approved a 4-year budget. Year 1 saw us make strong investments in community safety, with the addition of 8 firefighters and 3 municipal enforcement officers. We've procured land and routing for the building of the regional water pipeline to manage our future growth and development. We've secured 45% funding for our regional water pipeline from the Government of Alberta. We've recognized the importance of our connection to the Blackfoot territory that is the basis of our name. Naming of 2 parks, Itobatoba and Peace Stew, the construction of the peace poles and Indigenous play structure at Ethel Tucker Centennial Park, the creation of the community art wall, the renaming of Riverside Park to Bill Robertson Park to recognize his commitment to our community and the kids in it, the implementation of our new community signage and wayfinding, the expansion of our wastewater treatment facility, scoping of concepts and ideas for strengthening of the downtown core, quarterly meetings with the Chamber of Commerce on business-focused initiatives, the completion of the Citizen Satisfaction Survey. This survey is important to Council as it helps us align community needs and expectations with our strategic planning. What the findings say to me is that we are headed in the right direction and that we still have some work to do. Some insights from the survey. Nearly all households in Okotoks feel that the overall quality of life in Okotoks is either good or very good. Virtually all Okotoks households indicated they feel safe on their property. 3/4 of the survey participants feel connected to their neighbors. Back to that small town feeling. Most survey participants were happy with their interactions with town employees. Our parks, our pathways, our ball diamonds, soccer fields, playgrounds, and community events still remain the most important amenities for our residents. Access to affordable housing, municipal enforcement, road maintenance, and snow clearing remain areas more focus is required. The majority of households feel that the value they receive for their municipal property taxes is fair or better. At our September 26th council meeting, council approved our 2022 to 2025 strategic plan. It provides a comprehensive approach to the community's current and anticipated challenges and opportunities over the next 4 years. The strategic plan is the guiding document for everything exciting on the horizon for our community. It lays the framework for Okotoks to continue to flourish. Our relationships with you, our businesses, and other important stakeholders will be key to its implementation. As I review this plan, I would like you to think about how you can contribute. What role can you or your business play in achieving it? What does our community look and feel like if we are successful? This strategic plan builds on the groundwork laid by previous councils. As a community, we have made the decision to grow and will continue to grow. The removal of our growth cap in 2012 and the annexation of 33 quarter sections of land in 2017 has positioned us to take our share of the regional growth over the next 50 to 60 years. The municipal development plan and the land use bylaw approved in 2021 have laid the initial framework for what that growth should look like. Our 2022-2025 strategic plan focuses on guiding that growth to create a complete community that is welcoming for all. The 6 pillars of our plan are responsibly managed growth. We have flourishing spaces for all. A strong local economy to be the easiest place in Alberta to do business. Enhanced culture and community health. We're ready to welcome everyone. Environmental leadership. Do things differently today to thrive tomorrow. And organizational excellence. Lead with passion and are focused on multidisciplinary collaboration, which fosters creativity and innovation. Under each of these pillars, we have specific areas we want to advance and that are deemed as the key elements for our long-term success. Under growth, housing, water, and revenue are the key elements we are focusing on. We aim to improve the housing options for all individuals and families. This will require more housing diversity, townhouses, apartments, duplexes, row houses, single-family homes with or without garages, garage suites, granny suites. Achieving a supplemental water solution is well on its way with the approval of funding. We will continue on obtaining approvals and are targeting breaking ground next year. As a growing community, the demand for amenities and services is continually increasing. We will be looking at different ways to accomplish that and other revenue-generating options other than property tax. A strong business environment and professional job opportunities is a critical factor in our financial sustainability. Building a complete community will require us to focus on diversifying our tax base by actively inviting commercial and industrial growth. We will increase our focus on arts and culture as an economic driver and developing a strong downtown core as the heartbeat of Okotoks. I was just recently at a convention with other municipal colleagues, and I had 5 different people talk to me about their visit this past year to Okotoks. They talked about how amazing our community was. The streets were clean, first-class amenities, and most importantly, such friendly people. These accolades are because of our Okotoks culture. We have seen some deterioration in this culture over the past few years, which is why we are going to be investing in this area so that we are ready to welcome and include everyone. We will focus on enhancing community dialogue and engagement with our community. Updates like this, our Council Connector events, and future open houses with council and administration on complex topics affecting our community, such as fire safety, development, water management, will be initiatives you can expect to see in the coming months. We will be creating a space for meaningful dialogue with our Indigenous groups, increasing sports and recreational opportunities, and offering programs that support our community with their health and well-being. We already are environmental leaders, and we will continue to lead in this area. We will continue to work towards the targets that were created in both our municipal development plan and our climate action plan. We have also created a pillar for organizational excellence. In order to deliver quality services to our residents, businesses, and stakeholders, we need to have the right people in the right seats. In a competitive job market, top talent have several options. We want to make the town of Okotoks a top-of-mind option. This plan is designed to move us closer to our vision of a vibrant, resilient, and connected community that fosters the well-being of land and people, a community to call home. It is ambitious, and there are many ways to accomplish these goals. Together, we can achieve this by collaborating, being creative, and looking for innovative ways to solve complex challenges. The most sustainable and vibrant communities are those that look long-term and are investing and focusing on all of their stakeholders. Payout on our investment in these pillars will continue to be seen by our children and our children's children. We hope that you will help us build a new relationship and foster new ways of doing things with the objective of building on the amazing community that Okotoks is. Thank you for joining me, and I look forward to connecting with you soon. In the meantime, continue to be kind to each other. Thank you.